I grew up in a family where money could be an uncomfortable subject. As a financial advisor, I've come to realize that we weren't alone. Virtually nobody likes talking about their finances, regardless of how much they have. It's almost as taboo as sex. Tonight, we'll be discussing some of the biggest risks being overlooked. If you're not where you want to be, I hope you're inspired to take action. Statistically, 3 out of 5 people in the audience are living paycheck to paycheck. Only 2 in 5 have over $1,000 saved for an emergency. Most of us are only one hospital visit away from piling up debt, if we haven't already. Who do we turn to if not ourselves? Well, for my generation, mom and dad can help, can't they? When I ask a baby boomer how much money they need to retire comfortably, the most common answer I hear is $1 million. Roughly 3 in 4 who still work have under 150,000. Combined with average Social Security, you're looking at an income of roughly 30,000 a year before tax for an individual. If this is your parent, they might be needing your help. Most of us have life insurance. Less than half have disability, even though it's more than 3 times as likely to get used before retirement. It doesn't matter whether it's an accident, an illness, or recovery from pregnancy. Once we're out of time off, most of us won't be getting paid until we're back at work or on disability. Can you cover your bills in the meantime? 3 in 5 of us don't have a will or estate plan. Among high earners, only a fifth have one that's up to date. Their beneficiaries are sitting on the edge of chaos. Children without designated guardians. The disabled can lose government benefits until they use up their assets. The same goes for addicts and rehab clinics, assuming they don't relapse with their newfound wealth. We're spending more money than ever, even as we fail to address these risks. Consumer debt has soared past the levels of 2008 and never looked back. We have newer cars, fancier phones, faster internet, and bigger homes. All this comfort can crumble in an instant without a strong foundation. How resilient is your lifestyle? So how did we get here? Well, most of us were never taught the importance of these things. Financial literacy is remarkably absent from high school and college curriculums, unless you're seeking it out. For most of us, there was never a time when a proper education was offered on this subject. Fair or not, each of us carries the burden of our own outcome. Growing up, we watched people living expensive lives and thought this must be what happiness looks like. We let ourselves be told that what we have defines what we're worth, that only the visible is valuable. We spent our money playing the part, but it's never enough. If we live conservatively, sometimes we just feel like we don't measure up. But should we? Even knowing what the right thing is, doing it isn't easy. Stress from working accumulates over time, and at some point, we just need to relieve the pressure. We focused on managing the stresses of today rather than planning for tomorrow's obstacles. It's natural to want to do this, but you owe it to your future self to strike a sustainable balance. The world is changing faster than ever before, yet ironically, we assume our own lives will stay the same, that the good times will last forever. We only see a steady job, a rising stock market. Bad things happen every day, but only to other people. Nobody expects their own life to be derailed. Accepting that the future we want may not be the one we get can be a tough pill to swallow, especially when we know we could have done things differently. Failing to measure your progress can avoid short-term pain, but it also takes away the time you have left to change course. Ask yourself, what are you doing now to make the future you want a reality? A professional can help to guide you, but can you trust them? There are lots of people called financial advisor, but how did they get the job and what exactly do they do? Approach the wrong one and your nest egg could become a nest omelet. Now, this is an exaggeration, but how can you be sure that they're more interested in helping you than helping themselves? It's time to wake up and face the music. If we don't change direction, we might end up where we're heading. Think about the risks you and your family are exposed to. How perilous is your path? Where will you be in 5, 10, or 20 years from now? And will your future self be thanking you for the things that you did today? So how do we get well? First, we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people. Outward appearances and social media can be deceiving. All it shows you is how successfully they're spending money, not how well they're saving it. There are too many people in this country sacrificing their future for the present. Please do not let yourself be one of them. Take control of your cash flows. Create a system to put your money where it needs to go before it hits your pocket. Make good choices automatic and bad choices inconvenient. Build savings to cover 3 to 6 months of expenses and think carefully about increasing your lifestyle to match your income. Some choices are easy to make and hard to undo. Simplify your finances. Organize them in a way you can see the big picture. Technology is making this easier than ever before, and there are numerous options to choose from. Make it as simple as possible to stay on top of, and then make sure you're actually doing it. Nobody gets off work and says, boy, am I excited to dig through my financial accounts, but it is important. Create a plan for yourself with deadlines and hard dollar goals. Build emergency savings, pay down and avoid carrying credit card debt, and put your money to work. Consider whether your investing goals are reasonable given the risk you're prepared to take, and remember that no outcome is certain. Evaluate your progress at least annually and adjust as needed to keep on track. If you need an advisor to help you, make sure that's what they'll do. Never hand over money at the first meeting. Ask how they get paid and whether they're a fiduciary. Confirm the services they're offering or what you're looking for, and don't be afraid to get a second opinion. If they're not prepared to put your interests ahead of their own, it isn't worth the risk. One size does not fit all. Stop thinking about financial wellness in terms of what you have and start thinking in terms of what you can stop worrying about. Life is about more than our possessions. The simple things in life are free, and they're often what bring us the greatest happiness. What's it worth to you to enjoy them with a clear mind, knowing you've managed the risks as best you can? Change the way you think, and you can change the way you live. What makes you happy, and how can you spend more time enjoying it? The past is water under the bridge, but your future is still unwritten. Take control of your finances and chart a new course. Write your own ending. Thank you.